With a nostalgic sense, we retrace our steps once more through the significant episodes in the Western Mindanao State University's 108 years of existence. A leisurely walk along its historic memory lane would take us to the monumental transformations that made the university into what it is today, a tradition of excellence and service in Western Mindanao. The American crusade to civilize the people when they came in 1901 was the core of its basic social policies. Public education took a pivotal turn with the coming of the American teachers. Among those who became deeply occupied with the local inhabitants were the Thomasites sent to various remote areas to teach Filipino children. Because conditions in Mindanao and Sulu were unique by virtue of the long resistance of the Sulu Sultanate over foreign domination, the American military saw it best to segregate governance of southern Philippines. In 1914, a year after the Department of Mindanao and Sulu was created, the Provincial Normal School was established under a civilian government. In 1918, the school occupied the Normal Hall as its permanent site, the date of which was confused with the foundation of its original establishment in 1904. The outbreak of World War II transformed the Normal Hall momentarily to an American military field hospital, putting to a standstill the school operation.
The new nation looks forward to prosperity. Exceedingly poor after Japanese occupation, the Philippines will receive reparations and free trade concessions from the United States.
The Philippine independence on July 4, 1946, by the Americans occurred at about the same time when the first batch of the General Normal Curriculum graduates was awarded elementary teacher certificate. On July 17, 1961, Republic Act No. 3272 converted the Zamboanga Normal School to Zamboanga Normal College. It mandated the college to provide professional and technical instructions in the field of elementary education for the Mindanao region with special provisions for the non-Christian tribes inhabiting therein. It was a period of political uncertainty and discontent underscored by a mounting idealism among students in all schools throughout the country. The Habida massacre in the 60s, involving Muslim trainees set for a military operation in Sabah, Malaysia, amplified the already existing Muslim-Christian hostilities in the South. The conversion of the Zamboanga Normal College into Zamboanga State College did not come as a surprise on July 26, 1969. With the passing of Republic Act 5492 by the Congress of the Philippines, there was an additional mandate for its mission to provide professional and technical instruction in the fields of elementary, secondary, and collegiate, in science as well as the humanities for the Mindanao region with special provisions for national minorities inhabiting therein. At this stage in the life of the college, crucial changes colored the social and political climate in Mindanao. The clamor of the Bangsamoro people for independence attained its peak around the same period as the birth of the college, thereby making it a witness and a host to a number of the exploratory peace talks between the GRP and the Muslim separatists known then as the Moro National Liberation Front, under the leadership of Nur Miswari. The 1976 Tripoli Agreement followed shortly after a series of dialogues were concluded in the aftermath of the martial law regime. On June 10, 1946, with the signing of Presidential Decree 1427 by then-President Ferdinand E. Marcos, the Zamboanga State College became the Western Mindanao State University. In the early years of its existence as a university, it has quickly transformed itself into a resilient entity, catering to the more diversified needs of the people in the region and the country as well. Now it has taken on a more aggressive stance to meet the demands of the trying times. We owe them all the gains the university is reaping presently. They dedicated a significant portion of their lives building a sturdy fortress of knowledge that ushered in progress in this part of the region. The 1,000 miles we have attained are strides taken in small but sure steps by the men and women who have selflessly given shape to the hallowed structure of this university. Professor Fabian V. Apitona initiated the conversion of the Zamboanga Normal School to the Zamboanga Normal College, which took effect on June 17, 1961. It was in his administration that the finest school facilities were constructed. The untimely demise of Professor Apitona gave way to the administration of Dr. Domingo G. Soriano, who served for only 3 years as the first president of the newly converted Zamboanga State College in 1968. His brief stint, however, saw relevant improvements with the organization of the high school and the establishment of the graduate school. The first alumna to become president of the Zamboanga State College, who took over Dr. Soriano, and the first woman to become president of a state college in the entire country was Dr. Ignacia B. Olaso. At such crucial time, when women's search for identity was just being felt, Dr. Olaso won the admiration of the American government after she organized the first laboratory school in the country, and was then awarded a UNESCO scholarship for graduate studies. She became instrumental in pushing for the conversion of the state college to a state university, a dream that was fulfilled a year after she retired. Prominent for his progressive bearing, Dr. Juanito A. Bruno was the first Muslim president of the Zamboanga State College, who facilitated its transformation to the Western Mindanao State University. Dr. Bruno's administration was unique because while he was acting president of WEMSU, he was also the assistant director of the Department of Education, Culture and Sports in Region 9. His multitasking did not deter him from introducing a more pluralistic academic environment, where new colleges were allowed to grow and more buildings constructed to accommodate an increasing student population. He was appointed Regional Director of DEX in 1986.
To the service of the nation.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Just when women empowerment became a popular ideology with Corazon Z. Aquino as the First Lady President of the Philippines, another woman in the person of Dr. Bernabela L. Co. assumed as the president of the university. Dr. Co. was the first full-fledged president of the university in 1986. The reorganization in the university, which she initiated, brought about realignment in teaching and administrative functions relevant to its mandates. The administration of Dr. Ardulfo B. Fernando was reputed to be idyllic in the sense that it was characterized by a peaceful climate reflective of his gentle persona. During his reign as the second university president, expansions in academic and physical facilities took off with the offering of new courses and construction of more buildings. Faculty scholarships were provided to a number of teachers to encourage professional growth. Linkages here and abroad furthermore commenced with countries like the People's Republic of China, South Korea, and other Asian countries. As the university continued to move towards the 21st century, a third president was appointed in 1997. Dr. Eldigario D. Gonzalez, with his proactive stance in public administration, initiated timely innovations by leaps and bounds. The expansive manner in which he introduced new organizational concepts saw the university exercising its corporate powers in response to the mandate of law, allowing SUCs to generate income to sustain itself. His management skills was a cutting edge in outsourcing funds that helped build more infrastructure, transforming the campus physically to be at par with leading schools in the country and abroad. He believed in taking the necessary risks if the university has to be in the global map. For him, there is no compromise on excellent education, and there is no other way but to move forward. The fourth president who was elected by the Board of Regents in 2007 is a product of the university and the first to graduate as summa cum laude. Dr. Grace J. Rebollos is a strong proponent of the accreditation process and stresses the need for the university to be constantly on its toes and to be open to scrutiny of evaluators who come from various institutions with wealth of knowledge to share. Having adhered consistently to the concept of external review, Dr. Rebollos is convinced that as a whole, the accreditation procedure is the responsibility of the institution to account for the social investment of its programs as a government-subsidized university. 6 years after, the university welcomes another dynamic leader in the person of Dr. Milabel Enriquez Ho. She's a nurse and a proactive school official who has consistently pursued lofty ideas for the interests of the university. On April 16, 2012, with the Board Resolution Number 27, Series of 2012, she was appointed as fifth President of the Western Mindanao State University.
Well, actually, I'd like to be remembered as a unifying president, a nurturing president, a woman of action, compassionate. Those are some little thoughts I have today. Actually, I look forward to reaching heights in quality education. By that, I prepared the 10-point agenda, which will really change the course of action and the course of life in the university, because I'd like to look into a comprehensive human capital development. And then I'd like to look into the holistic development of the faculty, meaning physical, emotional, spiritual. We have to move forward also and look into the vivification and workable curriculum to be able to put students or locate students in employment, with sound employment. Accreditation to raise our accreditation level and be able to globally compete. Link and network with national and international institutional agencies. Of course, I see the need to modernize our facilities. Not only facilities, but general others like other resources to be able to compete and also provide students with the necessary services that they need, and also the faculty and the admin personnel. We should have research-informed initiatives, corporate responsibility, resource generation, and the talk of the town now, which is part of my 10-point agenda, is the energy conservation and environmental and natural resource preservation. So with all of those, I see the possibility of a comprehensive plan from 2012 to 2016 for our university really to move forward and become un universidad, un familia, un amor, serving the community.